Welcome to the Heavyweight Podcast.
The message behind saying the title "The Heavyweight Podcast" is to be able to say that we can weigh in on some heavy shit. You know, what we're talking about is important from every aspect of it. It's a heavy weight. It's not just about physical weight, but the weight of things that can weigh our minds. So I think it's dope that we can have this conversation. What's good? This is episode 90 of the Heavyweight Podcast. I am Stutter McFly with these three guys. Go ahead and state your names out. Cheer for these beautiful people.
I'm your boy, Hercules Ellis. Hercules.
It's more lethal, man. I don't.
None of that Hercules. It's Hercules.
I'm gonna start calling you Gapalicious.
Don't say Licious on my name. Don't make me Alicious nothing.
Hey, they call me Hunter.
Hey. I don't like
That
how he
was
did
funny
it.
to me. I don't care. That shit was funny to me. That shit was funny.
Capalicious. Weeks.
Yeah, I'm just more lethal.
I thought the 6 fingers on the head was like. Sorry.
Wait, yeah. How's your week, Kevin?
My ass doesn't hurt, so it's better
You
than the
rolling on
last.
them toilets, huh?
No. It's a habit now. It's a habit.
Oh, that's good. That the black people, you finally got used to it.
Yeah, well, that's why I was COVID free, because the immune system. But yeah, week was good. It was very relaxing. Went up to the mountains. It was cold as fuck, but it was nice to not think about nothing and just be away.
You was on your wilderness man shit, like man and wild.
Sort of.
Shit?
Not really. It's enough.
You out there? You out there in just your drawers and in a pocket knife trying to survive?
Yeah, in front of the fireplace though.
Hey, I have a question though. How many black people did you see when you were up there?
18.
3, at least 3. Him and his 2 daughters.
California.
All right, Kevin, please don't cuss me out, bro.
What?
With these glasses you're wearing, I can't help but feel like you're like auditioning for like the MC Hammer Lifetime movie. I
wish.
I don't know why I keep.
You think I'm big enough though?
It's the glasses, or you're trying to be MC Gusto from CB4, one or the other. I just know that maybe it's the glare that it's giving off.
No, the glare I keep trying to get rid of.
Yeah, you can't.
Does those have auto glare? Because it keeps like making your eyes dark, and it's fucking with me. Because I feel like you're trying to be MC Gusto or some sort of rapper.
No, not Gusto. Not Gusto.
Why are you wearing glasses anyways?
Because the doctor prescribed them to me.
What,
nigga, next question.
You can't see right in front of you?
That's what they're prescribed for. It's right in front of me. Actually.
I wear glasses too for when I game, and I don't have to wear them like that.
Yeah,
I mean, are you all the time glasses now though?
No, I don't know what the difference is. Is it nearsighted or farsighted?
If you have trouble seeing close, you're nearsighted.
Yeah, the closer shit is like, and then the farther shit, I got eagle eyes. They're like, well, damn.
Yeah. Hey, I'm more fucked up than you can imagine. I have to wear glasses for nearsighted, and I have to wear glasses for distance.
Wouldn't it be fucked up if you went to a vision doctor and their way of understanding what you had was showing you a variety of twerking pictures or ass from a distance? And they're like, can you see this ass from a distance?
Hey, first off, what is that doctor's name?
Yeah, we'd all have 20. What are we, 20, 30, 20, 30? It'd be the highest vision.
Can you make out that stretch mark on that butt cheek?
Okay. That sounds like a doctor right in the middle of Compton. That's an eye doctor in the middle of Compton.
I'm not good.
Sir, Compton has
you're making me like.
Oh, I'm sorry. Long Beach. Is that better?
Long Beach is on its way to be gentrified.
Okay. San Bernardino then.
He's trying to name ghettos. Let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you something right now. They don't have doctors. They just have clinics. So stop.
My week was cool, man. Vacation, rested, recharged.
Was this a staycation or did you go somewhere?
It was staycation, recharged, Celebrated 7 years of marriage and 20. I don't know what 21 years, 22 years of being with this woman. So
This woman.
Oh, that's it. I didn't know you
That's
guys
how
only
you
been
can
married
tell
for
it's been
7.
22 years when you say with this woman.
with my lovely wife,
There you go. There you go.
wouldn't trade her for the world, Western world. Now we going after that might be different.
See, I already saw you rationalizing with yourself as soon as you said wouldn't trade her for the. And he was like, "Well, actually, it's like, what the, God damn it, just
Man, you just gotta.
make
I
a
didn't.
statement."
I didn't know you guys only been married for 7 years. I didn't know that.
Well, I mean, we started dating in high school, so you got to,
Right, I know that.
that's
Yeah.
4 years,
I
and
know
then
people that got married in high school.
and then 4 years of college.
God
We
damn
try to be responsible adults. Young adults.
Mm.
So do I, Andy.
I know a few people that got married in high school. Maybe it was a John W. North thing, but I know
No,
motherfuckers that got married in high school and brought their wedding pictures to school, and I looked at them like, "What the fuck?"
it was weird because I remember them getting married to grown ass adults, and everybody
Oh, yeah,
was
I've
just
seen that
cool.
too.
I was like, "How's this? This is cool."
Damn.
And even more or less in 7th
35.
grade, I remember in 7th grade, my classmates getting knocked up by much older men, and everyone thinking was normal behavior. I just kind of looked concerned. I was like, "But we're in 7th grade."
This is
I was,
weird, guys.
Ain't you glad to see that society shift finally, though?
I was
I
gonna
don't
say
know.
I was in
Or do you
seventh
think
grade.
it's still there?
I was in 7th grade
It's
when I
still
met my
there.
wife.
You didn't get her pregnant though.
No.
And you weren't a 22-year-old hanging out around middle schools either.
You were just you didn't just graduate,
Damn, no.
come through in your Honda Civic.
Just hanging
No, I was
out.
not.
So this is normal behavior, huh?
No, I was not. I was not that at all.
See, it made sense for you. This shit I saw didn't make sense. I was looking around like, this is normal? Because when I find out, I'm like, oh, so who was it? Some guy? No, so it wasn't one of my other classmates. Like,
It's a grown man.
yeah,
Yeah.
It
it was
some
normal
people need to
behavior.
be at North. Some people should have been arrested. My parents
North,
just didn't care.
Central Middle School.
I remember a nigga
Well,
came to
you know
school
what?
after he got shot in middle school and had the bullet, and I'm like, as I got older, I realized that's not normal. That's a 7th grader got shot, nigga. Like what?
Nah,
Oh yes, also you're like, oh, this is wild.
when you have girls with older guys like that, usually the parents don't know.
If they're married, you don't think
No,
they
I'm
know?
talking about when you get
I was
to
like,
yeah. If they're
or if they
married, it's
have
different.
children, I think if their child is pregnant, they would know.
I mean, I
I'm just
know
talking
girls.
about the dating and sexual aspect of it.
A lot of girls in my high school would lie about their age because I would see them with college dudes,
That too.
and then when the dude would find out, he'd be pissed.
But I'm guaranteeing you that 22-year-old knew that 7th grader was a 7th grader.
That's a
He's a rapist.
I feel like it's shift though. I don't think it's I can't really speak on it, but from what I see in society kind of now, I think it's gotten better. It's not as bad as it used to be back then.
As in what aspect? 35-year-olds marrying kids?
No, the 25-year-olds, 23-year-olds with 15, 16-year-olds. I think society has shifted a little bit and gotten a more tighter grip on it than before.
Yeah.
And also, Mo, you have to remember at North, I don't know if you heard about this, Kevin. This might have been when you were still there or right after you graduated. There was a guy that didn't want to graduate. He had graduated but didn't want to be an adult, so he lied about his transcripts. And then after he'd already graduated, he re-enrolled to North High School and actually was able to make it through a semester before they realized this nigga wasn't supposed to be in high school because he didn't want to grow up.
I was not. This was definitely after I left because I would have drove back to school just to ridicule this nigga.
He really didn't want to graduate.
What about his parents though?
I don't know what he told them, but I know he made it through a whole semester before they realized, nigga, you're not supposed to be here. Like you've already graduated. Like because he went from, I guess, some school in Mobile to back to North and had a transcript to where it looked like he still had to finish whatever. So he went back to our high school for a semester and they kicked his ass out when they realized that he wasn't supposed to be in high school anymore.
Was he going to classes and shit?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Well, you know what?
He's on a
Never
football
know.
team, all that shit.
That's where it gets fucked up. You're like, hey, this is a grown man. Yeah, that's wild.
I think he didn't want to admit that, nigga, it's time to grow the fuck up, because he was dating sophomores and all this shit. Like he literally just said, I don't want to be an adult.
Hey, you have to give him props a little bit because most people don't realize being an
don't.
adult is a bitch.
I don't gotta give him no props.
No, I'm just saying,
Oh,
and
no.
like when you think about being an adult, it's a bitch, and
Yeah,
he might have just
he was still
realized
young. He was young.
Be-
He get a pass.
Being an
Right.
adult, Hunter, how was your week?
My week
Oh
was
yeah,
good.
we just skipped
My
that
week-
motherfucker.
Hey, like Mo
Ooh.
says, I don't be doing shit. I don't have nothing. No, motherfucker, I sleep and work.
Did we
Shit.
skip anything? Because I thought we were still on that. We just kind of went into a sideways.
We're still on weeks. That's why I asked him. How was his
Okay.
Yeah.
week.
Oh my bad.
And
My
since
week
he
is good.
answered, now I'm gonna say, McFly, how was your week?
It was I touched on the whole dental thing. Now I'm gonna touch on the chiropractor thing. I didn't know that they can adjust hands. That was nice. And then when, like, I talked to Hunter about the leg pulling. I didn't know the way they adjust my other
They
chiropractor
pulled
didn't
your
do
third
it.
leg.
If they did that, it'd be something else. But
It's not a chiropractor.
Send me the info. Send me the info.
But yeah, when they pulled the leg and they yanked the legs, and I felt it pop. I said, "Holy shit! I'd never had that done before." And shit. So I think it does pay to shop around for chiropractors, because I didn't know that was a thing.
What's
So
up?
that relaxed me, and so I'm relaxed this week and ready to take on the world. And
Hey,
Lark's still growing.
man.
That's right, my nephew.
So
He's gonna be 6
with that
tonight.
being said, let's get to the shenanigans. The shenanigan. All right, this topic comes from me, and it stated, "What are your best tips for having arguments and discussions with significant others to get to a successful resolution or outcome?"
Stop arguing. Get through the argument. Figure out what the fuck we're arguing about.
The biggest tip is to understand that this is not directed at you. This is not this is you're we're trying. This is not about you. This is about the problem. I'm not attacking you personally. I'm not attacking you. I'm saying to you, I have an issue with this.
Unless it's a
With the
personal attack.
action, not the person doing the action. And how can we correct this? I think that's
Well,
the
depends on
biggest
what the
thing.
problem is.
It's a very roundabout way of saying you still talking to that motherfucker. Still talking to you.
But you don't have a problem with them. You have a problem with what they're doing.
But what are your tips for getting to a successful resolution or conclusion? Like what you've seen when you've argued with your significant other. Like, what did you realize worked to make you guys get to an understanding?
Well, I think one, you got to assess if it's worth the fight. Is it something you can just live with if it's not going to be addressed? And then two, you have to understand that, hey, we need to get a solution that works for the best of us. Or we need to get to a ground to where we can disagree, but we can have an understanding. Because people think,
but I mean, that also depends on what the fight is too, though.
Well, yeah, it depends on what it is.
Yeah.
But you can also disagree and still have an understanding.
Right, but I mean, if the problem, if the actual thing you're fighting about is the actual person, then that changes your whole tackle.
But you have to take personal feelings and all that shit out of it. You have to be subjective to this is not because at the root, even though I'm talking about things that maybe I'm doing or you're doing, we're not talking about. I'm not talking about you per se. I'm talking about the actions you are doing, and I'm telling you how they affect me and the problems they cause.
I think I generally try to not come up with the resolutions in the argument, because the argument is filled with emotion. So it's a lot of can be things that aren't even pertaining to what the hell you're talking about. It's just shit to say.
Shit. You look like Long Beach Griffey.
I don't even know what it is, but I think that's the best thing I think is this to try to get past the argument first and then come back and talk and have the revolution. Huh.
That's what it is. You look like Long Beach Griffey.
I'm gonna have
With
to look that up.
glasses. He's a
Who's that?
comedian.
From Long Beach, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
With me is a big chunk of arguments is understanding that person's perspective. You know, sometimes we don't pay attention to another person's perspective, or we don't ask them what their perspective is. And addressing that issue can clear a lot of your arguments up right off the get go, because they could be things that you've been focused on and you just been looking at them at it the wrong way versus the way they've been doing it or looking at it. So,
And not only that, not only perspective, but also intention.
yeah,
Because they might have
know.
good intentions from what they're doing. They're just because, like I said, a lot of times the issue isn't what's being done; it's how what's being done is being perceived. So you have to have a logical conversation. You have to look at it logically, and because the intentions may be well, but it's just not being delivered properly. And then when you're discussing these things, you have to be able to listen to listen. Don't listen to respond. You have to actually listen and process what they're saying, because you're not going to be able to see, for like Hunter says, see their perspective. You're not actively listening to what that person is saying, and then you then try to relate to what they're saying and then respond there. Because sometimes, like, well, my wife will say something, we'll be arguing or discussing something, and I'll let her say what she's saying, then I'll think about what she said, and then I'll be like, okay, I kind of see this, and then I'll have my response to that. But a lot of times we mean a lot. What I've noticed a lot of times is that we want the same things, we just go about it differently. And we're perceiving, we're both trying to get the same outcome. We're just not perceiving each other's intentions the way they're meant to be received.
Out of the three of you, how often would you say that you actually get into arguments or confrontations and you rebuttal to rebuttal on period? How often do you think that happens?
Rebuttal just to rebuttal?
Yeah, like to pretty much just have a response and not actually hear what's being.
I don't do that anymore. Younger me all the time. I didn't give a fuck. Now I don't do it. Because if she's right, like I said all the time, she's right a lot of time. When she's right, I'm like, oh, you right. I just shut up. I'm not gonna
But
dig my hole.
do you tell her that she's right? You just walk
Yeah,
away and
yeah, I do. You know why? Because she has a golden box, and I don't want access restricted.
Hey, remember when I said in the podcast people stay with people just because of the thing? Yeah,
I
What?
I got
Okay.
I got two things.
Okay, go ahead.
First of all, fuck you, Andy. I looked up this nigga, and no, I don't look like this nigga. He just has a gap as I do.
And glasses. That's what sold me with the glasses. But his glasses, he got them magnetized, cockeyed.
So yeah,
Second
it's
thing?
all that nigga. Second thing is, y'all pissed me off because I was laughing at the argument I just had with my wife about 3 days ago. And I found myself arguing. And while I'm arguing, I'm like, she's right. And I'm just arguing. I had to walk away and I was like, that makes total sense. And why the fuck am I arguing? I had to come back and, hey, my bad. Look, you're right. I have no idea why I was arguing with you, just to do it. So yeah, I have definitely rebuttal for no reason.
Ego, pride kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
You know, me, I don't know when's the last time we got into an argument. It's been years.
It's nice. That's
Yeah.
nice.
She just tolerates your ass.
Not tolerate her too. Shit. It goes both ways. This ain't no one-way street, motherfucker. Shit. But I mean, no, I mean, you got to remember, I've been married now for 22 years. So it's.
Oh, nigga.
Yes, we have determined this many times. But yeah, we haven't argued in years. Like the last argument I can really think of was actually not even over us. It was actually over something that was going on
Gumby
in her
haircut.
life. Huh?
The Gumby haircut.
Oh, that was before her. The Gumby was back in like 92, 93, if that.
I was gonna be like, the argument was about you clogging the shower with the Gumby hair.
I ain't that recent, you know. You motherfuckers just get, I'd be glad when you motherfuckers turn 40-ish.
Why?
Cause
You
you
gonna
all
be
gonna be here one
78.
day. You're
You gonna
gonna
be
be here one
78.
day. I don't give a
And
shit.
you gonna be 78.
I don't give a shit. I age and I age gracefully, and I'm enjoying that shit. I can't
And
wait
According
to
that's
to
a
be
you.
blessing. That's
55.
a blessing, my friend.
According to
We
you.
just fuck with you.
No, but no,
All
actually,
that
we haven't
aggression.
been in an argument. When I think about the last arguments we had, it wasn't us. It was more of what was going on in the life that we just did not agree on.
Yeah.
But I've learned that you have to give a perspective. You have to look at the other perspective and understand it.
What I learned too is uh even though as life go on, you have kids and all that shit, and responsibilities. Quality time is important. Like you need
Mhm.
time with just your significant other without the bullshit. Because,
Yeah.
like I say all the time, like I tell my wife, I said when it's just us and we hang out, I realize that I actually do like your ass. It's just like once we're not dealing with the stress of being parents and being adults and all the other shit, and we're just back into we get pretty much back into the kid mode where we're just like two teenagers hanging out. We ain't got no fucker. Like I look at her like, okay, I see
Did she
why.
say that back to you?
Yeah, she said I like your ass. Yeah,
Like when you're alone, or like,
not when you were alone.
okay.
Yeah. Until we're somewhere public, then she say, "Nigga, you ain't that funny." You
Yeah,
know,
I was curious about.
yeah, but it's and that's part of it. That's why a lot of people will say you never stop dating because you have to keep that. You have to still do the things you did before you got all the responsibilities, so that that core relationship that you have with your partner is still there throughout the bullshit. And I think that's what keep marriages and relationships strong. You have to keep dating. And a lot of times with the hustle and bustle of life, we forget that. But you have to make time for that shit.
Yeah, you really do. You have to make time, that quality time. You
This is
really honestly have to.
And the
off the
quality times
topic.
mean more than just breaking back, Sandy.
This is my other question. How did you feel when you tried to go for that cinnamon roll and it wasn't there?
Oh,
I
that's
said,
just a
I
stab.
said, this motherfucker.
That's just a stab.
She said, we got the blueberry. I said, I don't want all the fucking blueberry.
I can't wait to see this battle between y'all. Who gets there first and buys them all up?
I'm on
He gonna
vacation.
buy the box.
Hey, I'm on vacation this week. I'm there every day they open.
He gonna
I'm,
buy
I'm,
the
I'm
box
gonna be
to be
there.
petty,
I'm gonna be there every day they open. Watch.
and then he gonna come back to the podcast and eating the cinnamon roll, going, "Oh man, they didn't have it. That's too
Damn,
bad."
damn, bad, baby. What happened, baby? Hey, Eddie. I got him 12 for 50.
Oh,
Yeah, but
Shit.
you gotta,
All
you
right.
gotta, you gotta, you gotta keep dating.
you really do. You have to spend that time, even though
Even
it
if it's
might
like,
be a few hours
yeah, it
or
might be, yeah.
whatever. You have to get that break in life.
I'm gonna piggyback off that question with another question that comes from me, because I think we've had this conversation before. I think, Hunter, you wanted to ask this question at some point, and it's like, can you find women attractive separately from what drew you to your spouse? Why women think it's impossible to separate your type from what you actually end up dating or marrying?
I don't know. You
Yes,
gotta elaborate that.
yes, yes. The answer is yes, because two things. You can look at a woman has nice breasts, has a nice ass, whatever. You can look at some man that looks really nice. But I think ultimately what people are going to be drawn to that keep you around is personality. Do our personalities mesh? Like, because I've seen good looking people with shitty personalities, and then they wonder why. You wonder why they're always in and out of relationships because being in a relationship is more than just looks. So you can be attracted to shit. That don't mean you want to be with that shit. That's just the way of the world. I think that's for men and women.
To elaborate further for you, Kevin, it's like the combination, because I think a lot of times when we're dealing with significant others, it's the combination of they believe that your type is what you necessarily overall value, as opposed to realizing you just might have a type that you're physically drawn to, but it doesn't mean that that's what you end up with and that's what you're happy with. Is But you can literally objectively look at a woman and go, wow, she's really attractive. You have a type. It's like, yeah, I might have a type of that I'm drawn to, but it doesn't necessarily mean that's who I put that value on when you're in a relationship, or what you value in your relationship. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can look and go, wow, she's really pretty, or whatever, but it doesn't mean that's what you value when you're trying to build a relationship. Like,
Oh, that's the best question for me because Yeah. My type is like my music.
It's all over the place.
All over the place.
Exactly.
Which is fine, but I'm saying like that also goes into the whole
all over the place.
Yeah, because you can have a type that you just happen to notice when it's thrown in front of you. You go, wow, that's pretty, but that doesn't mean that that's necessarily your type.
And I still think women don't. Some women understand, some don't. The fact that as a man, you can find a reason to say, "Hey, yeah, I would knock that down," and it could be the smallest thing, but that don't mean that she's my type. Like we can separate that shit. Like for some people, vagina is just vagina. It's not like it don't mean I want to be with you. I just wanted to see what it was like, and I'm done. Like, and that doesn't mean that she's my type just because I would say I would sleep with her or whatever the case may be. And I think that's why when they look at that, they think that's crazy. Like, no, because again, like I said before, I think the personality matters more than anything else.
You know what? As you were saying that, it just popped in my head. Do you think it's because they base and believe that we're just simple-minded creatures that can't have like multiple
No, I think
types or
I think it
details
because
or
I think they try to say that men are they try to believe that we're similar to them in the fact that some women have to have some type of emotional connection or some
Well, it's
type
like
of
you also
or something in common. As
you
a
said
man,
something right.
We just know that vagina feels good, so we will give it a try.
You said something right there when how do I say you looking at it purely as sex, and they looking at it as sex and a relationship.
Yeah.
We
You're just it's
like,
just
I just want to get in there and play with the cookie hole, and they're like, oh, you want to be with that person,
He
marry
said
that
cookie
person, and
hole.
and
But
everything, and
they lying too. They lying.
No, I don't think they lying. I don't think they're lying. I think some of them are. I think some of them are. I think some of them can do it, but some can't.
Dog, I wanted to choke this girl because she said, "Nah, not really, not real choke." I got to say that because listeners be,
I mean, that's
say,
what she's into. That's
nah, yeah, there you go. Well played. Thank you for saving my ass. But anyway,
you know what'll save your ass? Putting the paper down on the
I
toilet
knew
seat.
that was coming. I was like, this nigga gonna talk about. It's too late. It's burnt. But she said she wouldn't sleep with Matt Damon though.
bullshit.
Like,
That's Matt Damon.
I was like, you lying. Shut your lying ass
It's
up.
like
yeah,
it's
but
like
I missed the joke.
they're
it's
way out there. If you notice, they're out there.
Let me say this. It's just like that shit with Chris Brown, right? When he brought the chick on stage and the dude got mad. Yeah.
Oh.
Normally she may not sleep with anybody, but a girl would be like, man, this is Chris Brown. When the fuck am I going to get another chance to sleep with Chris Brown? And I'm going to go tell all my girlfriends that I slept with Chris Brown or whoever the fucking famous person may be. What's the odds of that shit? Because she's not normally in their circles. So that some shit like that, I think that's when they're like, well, he won't just have to understand the type shit.
Yeah.
But see, when I hear that kind of conversations, I hear when I hear those, it's the women are saying, "Oh yeah, somebody famous," and then the guys are like, "Hey, Trixie from down the corner."
Yeah, shit.
Two different things.
Two streets over.
I would not mess with any chick named Trixie that was down the corner or what. Nah.
All right. I want to see a girl named Trixie.
Either Trixie comes from the 1940s or Trixie is turning tricks, and that's how she got her nickname Trixie.
I went to school with a girl named Trixie. And she was about 4'11", tiny little girl. And she was funny. I mean, she wasn't cute.
But I'm saying though,
yeah, we kind of got that by the fact that you just said she was funny. You did not describe anything other than her personality.
She was a nice girl though. She was
hilarious.
For women out there, listening, here's a little bit of game. If a guy is trying to describe to you what an ex used to look like, or what her friend, if his first thing is she's really funny. If he never describes her in any physical detail, he doesn't find her attractive whatsoever.
I don't know if that's always true.
If your first go-to is she's just really funny,
it depends on who you're telling. You might tell somebody like, I don't I don't think I should describe this person that way.
When you're trying to hook a friend up, oh man, she's
absolutely.
She's funny. Like,
you might as well go home.
All right. But you see, that's the difference I think in a lot of that conversation though, is they're talking about celebrities and shit, and we're looking at the girl walking down the street in the mall,
But what I was taking out of that is like she's lying. Like she's talking about it's like the how you saying women will look at the relationship, and I'm like, so you talking about dating Matt Damon? You wouldn't do that, and I'm talking about just you fucking Matt Damon. Either one, I still think she lying.
Yeah, possible.
I still think she lying. Like I guess it's just
Uh,
maybe she's not. Maybe that's how women are wired.
but I
They see
mean,
the
but Andy said
emotional
with
side of it.
that topic, like my wife is complete polar opposite of me. Polar
She's
opposite of
definitely the
me.
same one in the relationship.
Polar opposite.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean, across the board. The only thing we even agree on is we both hate people. You know, outside of that, we're polar opposites on
I don't
everything.
think your wife hates people.
Oh yeah, she does. Yeah, she
She
does.
might hate interacting with people she don't know, but I don't think she hates people.
nah. I'm
Whatever you
taking.
want to define
I'm
my wife
taking.
that I've known for 22 years and you've
I'm gonna
known for
take what
one.
he said.
Motherfucker, she hates people.
I
She likes
saw
people.
Well,
the
That's all that
his
matters.
face when his face was like very. Oh no, nigga. Yes. Hates them all.
You know, we hate that. It's weird. We hate the same things. Outside of
And
that,
so
that's a
that's where you
common
guys
ground.
bond.
Yeah, that's a
that's where we
common ground.
bond at. We hate the same things. That's where we actually bond at. Outside of that, it's completely different.
I don't think she loves
Everything
bacon
else
as
even
much as
has.
you do.
What
Huh?
did you say? What did you just say?
I don't think she loves bacon as much as you do.
Oh, well, thank God.
Oh,
I
she
thought
eats
he
it
said
just as much
something
as
else.
I
I thought
do.
he said something else. That shit. Something like you said. I don't think she likes dick as much as you do. I was like, whoa.
Oh, that's a whole nother conversation in itself. But yeah, you know. No, me and my wife, we have the same. Our main primary bond over stuff is hatred.
Yeah.
You know,
Fair.
that's really is. Everything else, we're really separate on. But I love the fact that, as you say, what you can be attracted to and what you can look at in a relationship can really be two different things.
Two different things.
Two different
Mhm.
things. You know, because I tell you right now, there ain't a woman out there that I can see myself literally being with in a relationship wise, besides my wife. You know, because anybody else out there, I honestly believe it would be a whole different world for me.
Okay.
Well, you got to remember the way I look at it is before my wife, I lived a certain way. I met my wife and I lived the way I live now. There's a
She
reason
changed
why.
you for the better,
Right,
but you still
right.
crazy.
That's what I'm saying. So I will always give her that credit because of that side of it. And I believe that's the part of the relationship that I say is when you have a relationship versus you just being with somebody completely different, you know. Because anybody else, well, I could have still been out there wilding like a motherfucker with another woman, you know. So
I've said this
you
before. If I
can't.
lose, I'm only gonna if something happens to my wife, I'm only dealing with older women.
Yeah, you've said this for like over a year. I'm
I'm
pretty
never.
sure we have footage of this from a year ago.
I'm only dealing with older women. If you got to be older than me. Not even my age. You got to be older. You got to be at least 4 years older than me for me to talk to
40
you.
or 4?
4 years older than me for me to
Okay.
talk to you. I'm not dealing with
Um,
no young girls. I can't do it. I need somebody that's gonna be in bed at 7.
That's what you need. It
So
ain't
you
so much
want
about
one
dealing
that's
with the
40
young
years
girl.
older than you. Gotcha.
Cause I go to sleep early.
Uh,
Shit.
Bed at 7. Shit. There's a senior home over here, Maurice.
No, they playing bingo at 7. They playing bingo at 7. That's what I'm doing.
they gonna be out.
no, they ain't. Dinner is at 3, bingo
Yeah.
is at 5, and bed is at 7.
That sounds like a great day to me. That sounds
Hey,
like
hey.
a great
Not
day.
after
First
the
off,
new
let me say
retirement center.
something to you though. You could go to jail. They go to bed at 7.
I'm
The
good.
lights cut off at 7. That's different. Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
finding
Um,
somebody attractive and being with somebody, it can really be two different things.
Yeah,
You can look at
because
girls all you want, but you don't want to have a relationship with them.
yeah. Because a woman could be physically attractive. You look at her, but then once you get to know her, you be like, "No, I'm good." Or you got too much drama going on, or your past is too checkered for me. Whatever the case may be. So you can't try to. And I hate that because my wife does the same thing. You only like girls with whatever. I'm like, you can't do that. I'm like, yeah, do I like to look at girls with asses? Yes, I do. Like I do. But that don't mean I'm gonna be like, oh, if she ain't got ass, I wouldn't be with her. Nah, nah, that's bullshit. You don't know me. because Janae Aiko has no ass, and I would shout out to Big Sean. You know what I mean?
Oh, finally, non-hate. That's nice.
There was all salt in that. What are you talking about?
It was one of
That
them.
shout out to Big Sean had all salt in it.
It's all one of them
That was
fake
a
ass
saltine
ones.
cracker.
Man, I hope Big Sean show up at your house one day.
And
I hope so too. And tell him
I'm gonna let that nigga hit me, and then I'm gonna charge him with trespassing and assault and get paid.
hell yeah.
But
Put a
you know what you
heavyweight
said?
podcast banner in front of the door. Film
Hey,
that shit.
but you know what I just thought about right now? I wonder how many people actually end up married to the people that fit their that profile that they like.
But
You know
here's
what I
the
mean?
thing. But here's the thing. She may fit the profile that you like when you meet her, but after a couple kids, and it ain't the same.
No, I get
And then
that part.
Once age
But I
hit
mean,
you,
I
I'm
wonder how
sure it
many people
happens a
actually
lot, Hunter.
married. You,
Yeah,
It
you
happens
think
a lot,
so?
but
I mean,
I'm sure that's also is the highest rates for divorce too. Because if they just based it on that, they'd be like, "Wow, this person is dramatically different." Like when I actually got to know them, like
because when my wife met me, I was about 100 pounds lighter. I had hair on my head. You know, I looked like I was going somewhere promising. You know, and then
but
life
like the
hit me.
personality, if you're just basing it off of just physical, like I guarantee you that ends so much higher in the divorce rate because if they're just based it on what they look like,
Yeah. And like you
And
said, it's that physical aspect of things, you
and I
know.
think I think the staying power of relationships is measured by how well you guys work when shit ain't going good.
'cause
It's like
I can say about myself is I'm very selective when it comes to relationships. For me growing up, like I didn't just hop in relationships. So if I select you as a significant other, it's way different than if I'm just physically attracted to you. Because I'm very picky about who I'm gonna give that kind of energy to.
Mhm.
yeah,
I've been in pretty much every single kind of thing you can think of: psycho, crazy, over affectionate, compassionate, loving.
hetero,
Was that
homo,
you or them?
non.
I'm. I would say it's them. You know.
That's
Yeah.
what's up.
Yeah.
So you drove a woman up a wall to the point that you had them dick crazy, slashing your tires, keying your car, at your doorstep, screaming, acting got crazy as shit, and you were still able to kind of like be like sane.
Oh, what do you mean by sane?
Like you
Like
were kind of like I'm the calm one in this relationship. Like I would a lot of times one turn up will make the other person turn up.
I never was the kind of person to turn up. I never was. You've heard me talk many times before. I never was that person because I realized you're not the only person in the world. But yeah, I've been on that side because you're not the only person in the world. People forget about that, you know.
Sidebar.
Sidebar. What?
So, what do you do after a night of giving out some weak dick?
I don't know, Kevin. What do you do?
I don't know. I don't apologize. I just kind of. I know it was some weak dick. Like
Look.
you know when you gave us.
Look. This is,
I can tell the question this shit happening.
hey, look. This is what I do, Kevin. I say, your shit was next level last night. I couldn't help myself. Don't blame
So
me.
you passed that compliment
Don't blame me.
in the form of
Blame you.
blame.
Blame you.
I mean, you have to really kind of define what is weak dick, though.
You know what weak dick is, and
You get
whatever it is.
What,
When
alcohol?
is
Nah,
it like you sit up on the bed and look at each other and that side comes out?
you just know it was. Well, I got there.
I don't know
Let's
what to
see.
say about that one, though.
Couple more chores for me.
He's saying when you don't have the energy and stamina for the night.
And you just be like, so you want me to your vibrator for you? The rose, right? Okay, I'll be back.
Or just go to
You
sleep.
need batteries? I'll go get you some batteries. Yeah, the CVS is still open up the street. I'll be back.
I know it's gonna happen again. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try it out. I'm like, well, you know what happened. I'm going to sleep. We both know what happened.
Me, if I feel that way, I feel like you just get on top.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the cheat code. That's the cheat code.
You
When you
just
don't
get on
feel
top.
like, yeah. Then that way,
Yeah.
because eventually, they gonna act like their knees hurt. They're gonna do that grindy shit where you can't feel anyway, and it's just for them, and
Get
they'll get
tired.
themselves there.
Yeah. And
You know,
I always end up getting there anyway. Just you
God
just
damn it! I just got a flashback.
with the conversation the other day.
No, because somebody had said that when I shared a meme about that, and they said they didn't know what it. They're like, "What does that mean?" And I never, you know what the grind thing is, and she was like, "No, I don't know what that means." And she was like, "My boyfriend's Asian." I said, "All right then."
Damn,
Well, the fact she said that means she knows what that means. She's wanting that.
damn.
Yeah, but I'm saying the way she said it was like she clowned him, and I'm like, "But I don't even know your boyfriend. Why would you clown him like that?"
You should, yeah. You know what? Give me his number. I'm gonna find his number. But, hey, she clowning you
Yeah.
to niggas.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's the
that's
cheat
funny.
code. That's the cheat code just later.
Yeah.
I get the cheat code. I've always ended up managing to always come to the occasion.
Come on, man. I
Pun
guess I'm
intended.
the only nigga who just given out weak dick before. Like shit.
Pun intended.
You ain't the only one, Kevin. I tell her when I slide in, I say, "Yeah, it's gonna be a short night. You better get on top."
A little fist bump.
I said, you got some extra grip in this motherfucker tonight. You gotta get on top."
Nigga always flipping.
Oh shit! For the ladies out there that listen to this, we love you all.
You gripping. This is some next level.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna get cussed out. She gonna say, "Why you say that shit?" That's what it is, Kevin. It happens to the best of us.
I know. I've talked to many men who are like, I ain't never had no bad night, and I'm like, well, you ain't fucking it.
But I guess that's a topic for another day.
Yeah. Weak dick.
With that being said, this has been episode 90 of the Heavyweight Podcast. I am Stutter McFly one more time with these three guys.
Your boy Hercules. What's up?
Griffey.
No.
I would think you would say Gapalis.
God damn it.
Oh my God. It's your boy Molito.
I like that one, though. I really like that one. Gapalis is good.
Gapalis. And we appreciate you rocking with us. Yeah. Share, like, and subscribe. And then Riverside Griffey is right here. He's gonna yeah, anyway. We appreciate it. Thank you. Until next time. Peace.
It's a wrap. That's all she wrote, folks. Thanks for tuning in once again. You can check us out on all streaming platforms. Click like, subscribe, leave some comments. You know what I'm saying? Is it Monday yet? Hello. Every Monday you got new episodes, so tune in. Have a blessed one.